Have you ever thought about how do markets move? Why does price do what it does? Well, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you exactly how the price moves and why it moves that way. And, without further ado, let's get to the video. So here we are, we have my chart of Euro USD on the 1 hour time frame. And basically, I want to go ahead and map out supply and demand zones. So let's go ahead and start with a demand zone. So as you can see, you can find these zones during consolidation phases. If you don't know what consolidation is, please refer back to the last video I posted on what to do before you get into trading. But continuing on with the lesson. So I'm going to go ahead and take my rectangle tool and draw a box here, just to give me a little idea of where my consolidation phase is. But the reason why this is a demand zone is because if we go ahead and stretch out our zone, we can see that price reacts immediately towards the upside. So demand zones are usually where large buyers are ready to buy up the market. And we can see that because if we zoom in this part of our zone, we immediately see some low momentum candles, but as we get closer, we can see that buyers are present by these large candles. So whenever you see these large impulsive candles towards the upside, this means that there's a lot of buyers, there's a lot of institutions buying up Euro USD at this level of the market. And immediately it pushes the price up. And as we can see, price climbs up and then it falls back down, goes back into this consolidation phase. There's orders being placed, and you can see that price is gradually climbing up towards the upside. And we can see now as we get later on into this consolidation phase that the momentum starts to kick in, and we see these large candles signified right here, showing that there is institutions that are buying up the market at this level. Now let's look at the opposite scenario, which is a supply zone. So I can go ahead and I see a supply zone right here. How do I see these supply zones is I look for low momentum candles that are consolidating. And you can see I have here low momentum candles that are consolidating, and eventually we see some high momentum being kicked into the market. Not too much here, but we can see like we have a little bit of an impulsive candle showing that there is selling pressure at this area. And if we go ahead and move our rectangle tool, whenever we hit this zone, go towards the upside, price immediately reacts towards the downside. That is a heavy indication that there is a supply zone. There are large, heavy buyers with big wallets present at this level of the market. And we can see this by this large, impulsive bearish candle. And we can see that price is starting to climb down, more momentum, it's trending down. Then we get to our demand zone and eventually pushes price back up. Price trends back up. It gets to our supply zone and immediately price reacts towards the downside. Now, these zones aren't going to hold forever. Some of them will break through. Like if we look over here in the future price action, we can see that we broke through the zone. That's going to happen. But this principle right here of supply and demand is what governs how price action is going to move. It tells us exactly when it's going to move and how it's going to move. Now, this isn't accurate. You're going to need other indicators, and I'm going to be going over some of those indicators in future videos in this channel, but I wanted to give you a little short introduction to supply and demand because it definitely governs how our markets move and how we can understand when there's going to be buying and selling in the market. So I really hope you got some value. If you love this content, go ahead and like the video, drop a comment, and put a notification on. If you're not subscribed to the channel, definitely subscribe. I'm going to be dropping more trading related content like this at a very beginner fundamental level. So stay tuned for future videos, and we'll catch you on the next one.